my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Now, I am very aware of what's going on in the world and right now, and I haven't done a lengthy video on it, how it's making me feel, what I think's right about it, what I think's wrong about it. So before I get started, I do want to apologise for those who are waiting for more Sims videos, that have asked for other gaming videos. Now, I'm experiencing a lot of problems in that area as of this moment. So you are going to have to wait and hold your horses, but I will get there. I've pre-recorded lots of videos ready to be uploaded. I'm just not able to upload at the moment due to problems that's going on. But as soon as I can, there will be more Sims and other gaming videos on there for you to watch. It's been a while, but it's because of problems, not because I've not wanted to. So let's jump straight in to my video. Now, I want to discuss about the virus, COVID-19. Now, obviously, we know it's been going on for quite some time now, and it's got to the point where I feel like I wanted to leave it a while before talking about it, because it's quite upsetting and it's not something that I've really wanted to talk about. But I thought it was about time I mention how it's been making me feel, what I feel's right about what's going on, what I feel's wrong about what's going on. And I want to mention other people's points in this video as well. I don't just want it to be based on what I feel, what I think. So the first thing I want to say is, I know a lot of people are joking around, and it's good to have a laugh and a joke to keep our spirits up, because we need that. We so need that. But second of all, I want to mention, and some more in a second. I'll be back. And I'm back. It took longer than I thought. I went into a Chinese shop with Dad to get a couple of things. We tried some pork scratchings that are bloody spicy. I'll just show you them. They are these here, and oh my wow, they are spicy. They're actually a bit on the salty side, but if they weren't so salty, I think I'd like them a lot more. But anyway, that's that. I didn't want my arms to ache, so I've moved the phone. Anyway, so as I was saying a few moments ago, that lots of people have made lots of jokes and things like that. And, I'm pleased that people want to keep sane and happy and your chin up, and we need to have a laugh. But to take the mick out of it like it's some sort of thing to have a joke with, to the point where you're not taking it, or at least looking like you're taking it seriously, I don't like that. When people say it's just a virus, it doesn't mean anything. It's not just a virus. It does mean something. Until you have someone close to you, like a friend or a family member, that has symptoms or has the virus, or who hasn't or who has died from it, okay? Until that happens, don't say anything unless it's nice. If you haven't got anything nice to say towards anybody or the crisis at the moment, because it is a crisis, then don't say anything at all, because it's not very nice. It's not needed. There's no point in thinking of anything, horrible to say, because it's not going to get you anywhere. People are they're not going to like it. And I know people are missing certain things at the moment that are closed. I get it. I like to do certain things and I can't because they're closed. But this is a crisis. It's like going back to the war again. Certain things are limited like they were back then. There are a lot of deaths like now there was then. I don't know if there's been more deaths recently than there was back in the wartime, but it's the worst thing that we've experienced as a nation in a really long time. And I cannot stress this enough. When people can sit or stand there and take the mick out of something that is actually deadly and it can kill you and has killed so many, which I'm so sad for. I personally myself want to say a massive thank you to the NHS. They're amazing. They've helped me a few times when I've been in hospital myself. When I heard some of them have died because of the virus, I've thought, what if one of them or two of them had looked after me in the past? And it did upset me. I did cry a bit. And it's still ever so real. And yes, they are slowly wanting to ease it off with the lockdown, which is great. I personally don't think they should do it yet, but they're doing what they feel is best. Boris is doing what he feels is best, but there's a couple of things that he said that I'm not sure about. The first thing I was happy about is when he said when you're greeting people to do the elbow thing, which is great. I did start doing that. But I prefer to say hi with the foot now, because I tell you for why. He's saying if you're going to sneeze, I want you to sneeze on your elbow, but the same elbow that you greet people with. So you're going to greet someone with an elbow that you've sneezed on. So you're basically passing on germs. I don't think he really thought it through. But he's doing the very best that he can. And I don't think anyone else would have done it better than him. Not saying any names, but I think some of you will know who I may be on about. But, yeah, he's amazing. And, well, I love what he's doing. I love that he's doing the best that he can. That he's had the virus but come out back on top. He's healthy. He looks really well. He's doing as well as he can. I want to congratulate him on becoming a dad to a gorgeous looking baby, and I'm pleased for him. I don't know if anyone could have done what he's doing better. There might be someone out there that might, but I don't know. Not everyone agrees with how he runs things, how he's doing things, but he's who we've got at the moment, and I think he's doing great. Others don't. And there's some other things that I love that we're all doing. Every time on a Thursday at 8 o'clock when we go outside and we clap and beep our car horns and play our music and bash on our pans, that always gets me so emotional every time that happens. I'm almost burst into tears because I'm doing it with my neighbours and my household is coming out and doing it with me, but it's hitting home that I can't see my closest friends and my other family members, and it hurts. Like, it really, really hurts. Try not to cry because it's hard for me to do this video, but I've been meaning to do it for some time. People have started, as of recently, going off into the supermarkets together. Couples have been going in. I do have a chance of going in with my dad, but I chose not to, just to do this video. And it's gone from only one being allowed to now they're starting to let more than one in, and that must be their way of easing it off. I'm not sure, but just in case, I really didn't want to go in. I mean, I'd love to have joined him, but I wanted to do this video because I thought it was important that I show and explain to you guys that I'm aware, because people have said, oh, you've not done a video on it, you're not aware of what's going on. Well, I am aware of what's going on, and I am really, I watch the news every day. I'm always wanting to know the latest, so if there's anything, any sort of change, I know what's going on for my sake and my family's sake, because if there's anything, a new rule or something that Boris wants us to be doing, I want to know that I'm doing that, because I don't want to do anything that I shouldn't, so I know it gets a bit boring and I am fed up. I am a bit bored of the whole thing, but at the same time, I'm glad that the lockdown happened, because it's really reduced in my opinion, the panic buying. Now, I'm going to stamp this down now. I hate panic buyers. Okay, I get the panic. I get it. I get being scared. I was very scared at the beginning. Very scared. I didn't show it. I never said I was. But who has not been scared of this whole virus? I've been terrified. But I've never been one to panic buy. And I never bulk buyed before the virus, before I knew it existed anyway. And I can't financially afford to do so. And I don't see the point in buying like 3-4 weeks worth of food shopping when a lot of it's going to go off and be chucked away. And I've seen a lot of full bins up to here full of unused food because people have bought that much. And that's what panic buying's done. I do get the panic. I was so tempted to say, I think we need to. But I thought, it's I am cross about you panic buyers, because it is selfish. Because if you're buying, say, all the pasta or all of the toilet roll, which has been a big thing, all of the rice or etc, etc, and someone else is going in and they've got a family to feed, say children, or just themselves to feed, and they're going in and the supermarket doesn't have certain items that are important that we need, then you panic buyers should be ashamed of yourselves, really, for not thinking of others, by only thinking of you and your household, not that other people in other households are going to need the certain items. And it does make me cross, but I get why you've done it at the same time. And I think if I had a bit more money, I wouldn't panic buy, but I'd bulk up a little bit. But I wouldn't do it to the point where there isn't anything left for someone else. I'm not really selfish, and I'd never normally do a thing like that anyway. I am now thinking it would have been nice to have joined Dad, but I just think it's just nice to sit in the car, relax, talk to you guys about how I feel. The next points that I want to make, it's not me attacking anyone, it's not me saying, oh, you're this, you're that, blah blah blah. I'm saying how I feel, and I'm not trying to attack anyone, not trying to be horrible. This is how I feel, okay? I want to now say that I know people that have been making memes and funny jokes on TikTok about it. And there's this one thing that's been going around, which is where someone said, I don't want to stand next to that person. Oh, because they coughed and they're going to give it to me. No. There's certain websites and certain things where people have said things that are going to either get it or have you get rid of it, which are not true. Someone had said, oh, there's this website that I saw online, and I'm going to mention a couple of things that it said to do that I'm saying not to do because it doesn't work and it's not true. The first thing on there was to drink water every 15 minutes because that's supposed to get rid of it. That is so far from the truth. That here is the truth, and that is how far away it is. Like, it's so much further than that, but it's so not true. And they say, oh, sunlight is gonna kill it off. That's not true. It's nothing to do with the weather. We've been told what the symptoms are. If you feel you have any of the symptoms, then you know to call the NHS and say, I have these symptoms, blah blah blah. We get the rest, okay? And the next thing is that they say, oh, if you have a cold, then you're going to get the virus the next day. I've had a cold for ages, for those that know. And I reckon I could actually be now having hay fever. I've never been seen if I got hay fever, but I think I do. I've not had anything to do with the virus. I had a high fever the other week. Well, I felt really hot, but that's because I had my bath too hot. I often do it, and if I feel really hot and faint afterwards, it's my fault. I like a hot bath, but then sometimes I have it too hot, and that don't do that, because you panic yourself, and that you don't want to panic yourself. You don't want to worry like that. So that was that, but I've never had any of the symptoms. But standing next to someone, and then if they sneeze or cough, moving away from them because you think they're going to pass on the virus when they don't have it in the first place. I think we all need to do a lot of thinking before engaging with this, okay? A lot of people use this before that, and it really, really stresses me out beyond anything that people speak before thinking. And sometimes some things are just better off not said at all. I also want to add one last thing. Just because there isn't a McDonald's open doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. Okay, everyone's panicking at the moment that there's no McDonald's at the moment, or saying there's, they're talking about it as if it's gone forever and it's not going to come back. I like a good McDonald's, but I've not, complained about it as if it's the worst thing. We've got a crisis on our hands, and some of you are worried about a McDonald's. Get over yourselves. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. Get over yourselves. It's only McDonald's. People say it's not just a McDonald's. Well, yeah, it is. And that's the one thing that has annoyed me the most about some people. Instead of, being concerned, and doing the right thing with what we're told to do with the virus, you seem to just panic and worry that there's no McDonald's or KFC or whatever else. But McDonald's has been a common one on TikTok. I love TikTok. I've got a bit obsessed with it, to be honest. I love it. And it's took over my life to the point where I've had a break from YouTube, but I'm back. Hello, my gorgeous. Yeah, no, so just McDonald's and other places, they will come back. Someone turned around and said, we've lost it forever, it's not going to come back. It's a fast food chain. It's not a person. Anyway, that is moan over. I'm not going to drag on too long like I did in my last video, because I just think there's no point. I just want to finish with saying that I hope you are all following the rules and keeping safe and looking after the NHS, and I hope you're all doing your clapping on a Thursday. And I was clapping every Tuesday for Boris when he was in the hospital, but obviously now he's out, we don't need to. I sang happy birthday Thursday gone. What an amazing man. What an amazing man. He is the most inspirational man I've ever known on this planet. There's quite a few on YouTube and other platforms that are really inspiring, but he's the most inspiring I've ever met. And the fact that he was willing to just keep going. He had a bloody good birthday. He deserved every good that he got. And when all this is over, if he's still with us, I hope he does get knighted, because he really, really deserves it. We're never gonna forget him. And I just want to mention that someone in this world has been so amazing and so considerate of him. They've put him on Wikipedia, and that will go down in history. And when I have kids in the future, when they want to know about history, he will be one man that will be mentioned. Thank you, Tom. You're amazing. This is a shout out to you. Anyway, I want to apologise for the moaning that I've done, but hopefully I've put my point across. I feel like I have. I want to thank everyone again. Those who like to pray and reach out to God. Keep praying, keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna keep praying myself, and I want to thank you ever so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.